Hey everybody, and welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is Geonosis, Attack of the Clones. Now, before we actually go into this map itself, I have a request from you guys, and that is to leave a comment down below on what map pack you want me to review in the coming days. Of course, I got through the Dark Times map pack not too long ago, and I'm looking now for new map packs. I know of multiple ones, but because, of course, you have to dedicate quite a bit of time to a map pack, since it, of course, contains multiple maps, I thought, why not ask you guys on what you recommend? So please leave a, map pack that you recommend in the comments down below. So, for this Geonosis Attack of the Clones, simple name, simple premise. The units are still now actually leaving the base, so you cannot really see it on the map, but by the map itself you can see that there is a huge map, and it's definitely something that goes for scale. However, this map does go for a very simple shtick that you can also immediately see within 10 seconds, and that is that it takes the Geonosis battle we all know and love, but applies the walls of dust and sand once some of the CIS ships have been shot down and crash into the earth. There's of course that scene too in Attack of the Clones, and truth be told, I actually don't like that scene all too much in the movie as well, purely because all of the sand and dust obscures you seeing this cool epic battle. And it's the same here, where you have a ton of units, really a lot of units, but because of all this sand and dust, you don't necessarily get that scale. Doesn't mean I don't necessarily, appreciate what the creator is trying to do. I will say, though, that my preference lies with some of the other Geonosis maps, where the same type of epic scale is presented, but with a clear vision. And again, it does get appreciated that the creator at least went out of his way and made Geonosis in a point that is of course accurate to the movie, and one like we haven't really seen before. It does actually have some audio sounds missing. There's also a bunch of units we can unlock. Again, there's also a lot of cool stuff in the backgrounds. Huge objects, huge props. And unfortunately, again, the dust does obscure it. I'm a little lonely here now. There's no one here. Some of the objects are also a little bit glitchy. You can also see there's quite a bit of sound that is missing as well. It's very quiet. There's no real ambient noise as well. Definitely cool thing is that there are multiple ATTEs. I think there are 3 in total. They're their personal escort. And one thing that is actually very interesting is that if you look at the map layout, in the middle part, which is a very wide area, there are no command posts. So you're completely dependable on your walkers in order to spawn there. But it might in all honesty be a little bit too big? I don't know, I mean, I'm walking here now for a while and not a whole lot of action has happened. I also stumbled on a very different weird problem. I actually played and recorded this map back on the PC that I had in Holland. And there was a very weird bug with this map where whenever you would play it, barely any units would spawn. To the point where maybe literally on each side, only 5 infantry units would spawn. And that was it. So my initial playthrough, I thought this map is unplayable and I would not recommend it. But I saw videos on YouTube of people playing this and there were a ton of units. So I was like, what is happening? And then I went back here and it was fine. There are a lot of units here now. It is very cool though, with the dust wall, that, for example, enemy armor can, doom up or appear very near you. And it looks very ominous. For example, like here, Grievous can sneak up on me very easily. It has a nice touch. Definitely don't hate it. But I do prefer the other stuff. The clear one. Let's see if we unlocked something. Let's also actually do the sniper test. What I mean with the sniper test is if the sniper can actually look through the wall. They cannot, which is great. That does not give them an unfair advantage, as we have seen sometimes in other maps. Again, the one that is most notorious is the Dagobah map I reviewed years ago. Now, vehicles are definitely a must in this this map. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, and I'm dead. Clone Trooper Commander. Why not? Again, just look how many units there are on the map here in the middle. Ugh. There will definitely be a clash happening somewhere because all the units are moving north. There are also some fighters. We'll get in them a little bit later because I do think there's some weird graphic things that are happening with the all the dust. God, playing this makes me really want to play the Clone Wars again for GameCube or Xbox or PlayStation 2. It's funny too, the Geonosis battle is not all that enticing in terms of the movie. It might be the least interesting large-scale battle they have. You know, I prefer the battle for Naboo and basically everything in Revenge of the Sith over the battle with Geonosis. But it's basically because it's just, you know, they're fighting on Mars, basically, in terms of, like, the color palette. It's all red. But the interesting thing is that landing at Point Rain in the Clone Wars is very, very cool. I think what makes it cool, though, is the scale of the battle again. Which, talking about scale, there's no one here. It might honestly be a little bit too big. Uh-oh. Oh my god, you're very strong though. I do even some pretty serious damage to the AAT. Huh. Interesting. I think some spawn points again in the middle would also have benefited. Maybe also focusing the battle a little bit more in certain zones. See, now we're coming to the front, so now we have some battle. Again, it sucks about the popping of all the objects. It's not the creator's fault. It might be an engine thing, or it might just be all the dust. One thing that also is an advantage to having this I'm just gonna call it fog, like a fog wall, because that is the most comparable to, even though it's not fog, obviously. But you don't need a whole lot of enemies to make a battle interesting, because everything is so close range on a open field, which is very rare. You know, you don't need a whole lot. We're maybe facing now against 4 or 5 enemies, and it feels pretty epic, and I died. It also seems to me... Ooh. It also seems to me that it is quite balanced in a sense where I think the same field of vision applies to the enemies, because I I'm not getting shot, you know, from nowhere by these invisible enemies that are somewhere within that wall of dust and sand.
Yeah, now you got it.
Gotta love the clone commando. Of course, now also applicable to the EA Star Wars Battlefront. Got a good response on the Felucia map I did. I will do the other 4 map reviews of that game as well in the future. I do agree that the Republic Commando units look a little bit bulky there. Some say that they look like they're wearing a diaper. It's definitely not the case with these models. These models look great. Look at that. I'm doing so much damage. It's very interesting. It really underpowers the Droideka. Oh my god, you have to kill so many in order to kill... Do we have... Let's see. Arc, Sharpshooter, Medic... I'm just curious on... Is this guy doing a dance? Oh, this is bad shape.
Roger that. You got it. Good to go. Exiting vehicle. Copy that.
There we go. Repairing.
Let me take a look at that vehicle. We're losing.
And I'm dead. Oh, did we lose it? We did, didn't we? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh dear. It's actually not in very good shape. Hold on. Are these... Oh my god. This is cool. I like the map a lot. I do recommend it, though again, I do prefer it without the dust. It's very epic in its scale. Good in its presentation. There are just a handful of things that, you know, could be improved upon. Actually, yeah, give me this bike. We're going for a flying vehicle at the moment. You also have TX-130. You have the LATs, which is cool. Here you go. Jedi Starfighter, baby.
Droid Starfighter right behind you.
Now, let's see what we got when we are in the air. So here you go. So this, okay, you got to be honest here. This looks very ugly. But again, it's not necessarily the fault of the creator. It's like an engine limitation thing. And then when you go in, you have the dust. Pew, 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 pew. Let's actually take a closer look at their base, shall we? Oh, look how much damage you do, though. Do I have rockets? No.
Take down that bomber.
Okay, here we actually get a better glimpse of what their base looks like. They have several air vehicles as well. Can destroy one of their spawn points with a lot of ease. Ooh.
Bomber in the sky.
Man, I actually do wonder if, balance-wise, these things are not too powerful. It actually does make it to where both teams definitely need to send out air or flying vehicles, not only to have very powerful ground support, but also to take out the enemy air support, because boy, can they do some devastating damage. They one-shot units. I mean, it's more realistic, I guess, in a sense. Though, maybe not for the vehicles. I don't even know what I'm shooting here, but... the fact that I can, like, destroy a snail tank with, like, 2 shots. Okay, I kind of understand the point. Let's actually go back to the front. Join our teammates. Where are they? Somewhere here. There we go. Alright, let's rock and roll. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do if you're like the CIS. But then again, I do have to say, it just now actually hit me that I do also die very quickly if I get shot by, like, 2 blasters. My character's down. So it goes both ways. See? 1-hit kill. Ah. Now we're talking. Let's see, where we got some clankers for me to kill, huh?
Copy that. You got it. Exiting vehicle.
There we go, that's what I like to see. Nice. Beautiful. It's also quite balanced in terms of reinforcement numbers. Very surprising. Oh, it's a Grievous. Whoosh. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, this thing is in great shape. Oh, it also moves a little faster than the vanilla one, I think. Man, I miss the days when you could actually have multiple people enter in the same vehicle. It wasn't always the same amount of fun because usually the pilot had more to do because he could like steer the vehicle and shoot. And all the others could do is maybe do one turret. Sometimes you were lucky you had like a turret and rockets. But it just felt good to, hop inside a vehicle with your buddy and just, destroy everything and everyone. I don't know what I'm hitting. My crosshair's red. Oh my god! Well, that was an air vehicle or a fighter that shut us down. Did you see how quickly we died? Oh my goodness. It's kind of now becoming a searching for a needle in a haystack to get those like final 30. It's... Whoa, they have 2 heroes! Hold on! Hold the phone! Hold the phone! What is this? Maybe one is just a regular unit that they can summon and the other's the hero. Oh my god. Just like, well, I don't know. Very interesting. Oh, that actually still does a lot. Alright guys, I am actually going to make an end to the video. Because again, it will take a little while for this to be over and find the last one. So yeah, I do definitely recommend this map. There are better alternatives for Geonosis, but there are also definitely worse ones. And I think this is a really cool look at it, like we haven't really seen before. Some really cool, powerful units to choose from, and a lot to unlock there. So you know, a ton of fun, epic in scale, very, very nice. You can find the download link in the description down below. Don't forget to let me know any mods or maps that you want me to review on the channel as well. And I will see you guys next time.